And hello one more time, my friends. This is Wakeangel2K1 coming at you with a review of the Velocitron Speedia 500 collection, Cybertron Universe Override. Okay, let's go back to my youth. I didn't really truly start collecting Transformers figures until the first live-action movie came out in 2007. But I did have at least a couple of Transformers before then. And there were always times when I was tempted to get some figures, but didn't because I kind of had some standards when I was a kid. One thing I kind of wanted was screen accuracy. And besides, like, of the Unicron trilogy, I didn't really watch the Transformers cartoon that had Override Prime in it, because I think Cartoon Network had it on at 6:30 in the morning, and there's no way that teenage me was going to bother with that kind of crap, because Cartoon Network has terrible time slots for their best shows, and that's a thing that is still true 20 years later. But Override Prime, like I said, was a figure that I was always really tempted to get, based solely on the fact that this is one of the sexiest cars I've ever seen. Let's take a look at the back of the box so we can see that picture. Like, that is awesome. That's kind of like if the Batmobile was designed by Rouge the Bat. It's Rouge the Batmobile. Like, it's a really, really cool space race car. It's frankly amazing. The problem is that the original toy from back in the day was burdened by the unfortunate gimmick of being a one-step changer. And this meant that it didn't hold together very well, and that the proportions were kind of abysmal. It was all legs, the arms were tiny, the torso was way too wide. And it just wasn't really a fitting toy for the first female character to bear the title of Prime, you know? And before you go into the comments, yes, I am aware that Nitro Convoy was not a female character in the Japanese version of the show, but I will rebut that by pointing out that in the Japanese dub of Beast Wars, the female character of Air Razor was made male. So, you know, like, I kind of don't care what gender the characters are in the Japanese version. The point is, her name was Override Prime. She was the first female character in a Transformers cartoon to bear the title of Prime, even before Solus Prime from, you know, would feature in fiction much later. And this figure is a Walmart exclusive. Why is she a Walmart exclusive? Like, a Walmart exclusive should be a fancy repaint of something, not an original mold of a beloved character like this. I hate it. I hate that it's a Walmart exclusive. Walmart doesn't deserve this exclusive. And she ended up costing me like $40 because of all the extra shipping and taxes that go into it. Like, if she had been a normal figure, I could have picked her up at Target, where I live, you know? Or maybe I would have gotten her at Midtown Comics or Collector Cave, but now I'm ranting. Well, that is part of the review. Like, negative point, Walmart exclusive. There we go. The box is pretty cool, though. It's one of those boxes that doesn't have any plastic on it, because, you know, environmental consciousness, trying to cut down on disposable plastics. It's packaged in vehicle mode, which is kind of cool because, like, they have a whole theme of this is like a racing thing going on. But you'll notice that there's a part missing. The weapon pack / spoiler for the race car is there in the corner of the box. Let me turn my ring light on so we can see inside there a little better. The reason they did this, I'm assuming, is because if it was packed this way, it would be way too easy for some store thief to just pluck the thing off and walk away with it. Like, that's the issue with open box packaging. Like, you get people picking pieces off the figures or outright just stealing them from the box. So, Hasbro, you do know that biodegradable plastic does exist. Maybe look into that biodegradable plastic stuff to, you know, do the windows so that you won't have that problem. Alright, I talked enough about the figure while it's in the box. Let's get her out of there so we can actually play with my new override figure. Alright, here we are. That super amazing Rouge the Batmobile. Yeah, I love this car mode. I absolutely love this car mode. The spoiler can be moved slightly. Oh, and the guns can't deploy in this mode, but I'm gonna get this out right away. You can put a Cyber Planet key from the original toy line into this weapon. Well, it'll separate and become the weapon for her robot mode. So I'm just throwing that out there. It doesn't have a spring-loaded gimmick, but a key can go in there. Of course, the only Cyber Planet key I have is the one that came with Thunderblast, which is really the only old action figure I have from that toy line. And I have it in storage somewhere. Not going to go fishing for it right now. So you'll just have to believe me that you can put a Cyber Planet key in there just for the aesthetics of it. And then I'm wondering, why doesn't she just come with a Cyber Planet key? I mean, like, this is everything that came in the box. It's just her and her weapon, and the weapon is part of the vehicle mode. Like, this is a Voyager figure. It was expensive. Like, and I do know that some brilliant engineers found a way to make this figure, like, in all of its intricacies, using only 4 plastic colors. So they only had to make 4 sprues. That's the big famous thing about this figure, is that they were able to make it economically. But if they were able to make it economically, why is it so bloody expensive? I mean, yeah, like you should have passed that savings on to us. Like, released her as a really cool deluxe figure instead of charging the Voyager price point for her, because it's not like she's super huge. And, you know, like, would a Cyber Planet key of a Speedia Planet key really would have been so much to ask? Like, one little hunk of plastic that you just stick in there? Like, come on. That you could have used the same translucent plastic that you used to make her windshield and wheels. Yeah, Hasbro being cheap. But still, I'm not going to focus on the negative, because despite the low clearance, like, I like that sound. It sounds like it's saying vroom as I roll it around on my little display here. I love that noise. Yeah, I love this car mode. Like, yeah, this, like, yeah, the only, like, she has her little hands there. That's really the only way you know that this, like, yeah, I mean, you kind of have, like, a gap going on. It's like the front of the vehicle is much bigger than the back of the vehicle. I don't really care. It's a really nice vehicle. Like, I know I'm spending a lot of time gushing on the vehicle mode, but quite frankly, like, this is a vehicle mode that's so cool that I was tempted to get a really stupid, derpy one-step changing transformer with a really badly proportioned robot mode just so I could have this vehicle. And now I have this vehicle without having to make that compromise, so I'm happy. I'm super happy. Alright, so I'm not going to do the transformation on camera, so let's go ahead and cut to her in robot mode. Wow, I sort of loved every moment of that transformation. It's actually really brilliantly engineered. Like, there's so much that goes on there. Like the torso locks together rock solidly with tabs on every point. It's like you're putting in the locking harness of an actual racing vehicle. Like, she tabs in here, 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 in the back. Like, everything tabs together. Like, it's all so rock solid. Her wheels, like, they rotate 180 degrees so that they go inside the torso so her shoulders can be on the outside. I guess the only negative knock I would give against the transformation is that it has this little, this big chunk that is her gun is also a big piece of her vehicle mode. But considering how huge this gun was on her original toy, that's a decent sacrifice. It is not as huge and obtrusive as and gimmick hungry as the original toy was. And if you look, yep, that's where you can put the Cyber Planet key in if you really want to. But yeah, like the transformation is just so tight. And I guess her only robot mode flaw is that she has a waist joint, but I can only turn it about this far because it hits this shelf here, which is her back. Like, one more hinge here to fold this up so that her waist could turn the whole way would have made it perfect. But still, like, 95%. But still an A. Let's see. Her head has plenty of room to move around. It's on a ball joint, but it can't really do a lot of up and down wiggling. Shoulders, they have a rotation. There's a swivel there. Bicep rotation. Elbow goes 90. Wrists rotate. There is a waist, although it's somewhat limited. Hips, plenty of space in the hips. Like, they have a universal joint. Her knees go well beyond 90 degrees. I think her thighs look a little bit skinny, but maybe that's part of her look because she's supposed to look sleek and speedy. Foot goes up and down like this. It has some rocker, not a lot, but enough. There's a thigh swivel. Yeah, everything. Oh, and like her leg transformation. I love how things tab in. Like, there's little tabs holding these things here. Like, I think they could have gotten away with just like a shelf of plastic, but they put tabs, make it just a little bit more secure. And even her heel spurs, sometimes when characters have big heel spurs, they look kind of unnatural. But on her, they actually sculpted them so that they kind of look like little wheels. So you can actually kind of see, like, if she would transform, she still, like, kind of have, like, little heelys. So she could like, glide along, like, you know, like she'd be in her car mode, then she'd like leap into the air, transform into her robot mode, and then land. And when she lands, she'd roll a little bit on her heels before she comes to a stop. Oh man, she is so cool. I am like I honestly can't. This is one of those times where like both the robot mode and the vehicle mode are just so freaking cool. I can't decide between them. She is such an absolutely cool figure. Like, I kind of wish all Transformers could be this fun. I hope Elita, when I get the Elita 1 figure, I hope she's as cool as this one is, because holy crap. Like, it's about time we got a nice female Transformer that's her own original mold, and, like, doesn't have an enormous backpack that half of her vehicle mode is stuck into, you know? Like, that's so cool. This thing is awesome. And, like, I got, like, the first female figure, the first female character to ever bear the title of a Prime in an official Transformers cartoon now has a toy worthy of that title. Like, it's so freaking cool. I love it. So, yeah, like, if you are able to go to a Walmart or have a friend who's near one, I would absolutely recommend hunting this one down because it makes me so happy. It makes me so happy I actually gotten over the rage I was feeling at how expensive it was. So, yeah, take that for what it is. This is Wakeangel 2001, absolutely loving this figure, and signing off.